A 2010 Sacagawea dollar worth $29,000 sounds like something out of a treasure hunting legend. But a few extraordinary examples have stunned collectors, proving that an ordinary-looking golden dollar can sometimes hide an extraordinary secret. Before you spend one, you may want to inspect it very carefully, because the next valuable discovery could already be in your pocket. You're searching through an old box filled with loose change collected over years. Pennies, nickels, a few quarters. Then you spot a golden dollar. Most people wouldn't even pause. But experienced treasure hunters know that some of the biggest discoveries begin with coins nobody expects. The year is 2010. America's Native American dollar program was still young, and many of these coins quietly disappeared into storage rather than circulation. That created an unusual situation. Millions were struck. Yet surprisingly, few people paid attention to them. Years later, collectors began taking a closer look, and that's when the hidden treasures started appearing. Some carried rare minting errors. Others survived in astonishing condition. A tiny number combined both factors. Those are the coins that can send collectors racing to auctions. Before we continue, remember the common mint marks. P, our Philadelphia Mint, D, our Denver Mint, S, our San Francisco Mint Proof. Coins, most are worth face value. A select few are worth much, much more. Every treasure has a story. The story of a 2010 Sacagawea dollar begins long before it reaches a collector. Large coils of metal are punched into blank discs. Those discs are polished and prepared for striking. Then they enter enormous presses capable of applying tremendous force. In a fraction of a second, dies impress the design onto the coin. Everything happens at incredible speed. Thousands of coins are produced every hour. Most emerge exactly as intended. But occasionally, something unexpected happens. A die develops a crack. A planchet shifts. Debris enters the striking chamber. One small mistake is all it takes, and that mistake can become a collector's treasure years later. Our hunt begins with one of the most commonly overlooked clues: die cracks. Imagine a die working day after day under enormous pressure. Eventually, tiny fractures can develop. When those damaged dies continue striking coins, raised lines appear on the finished pieces. Many people assume these are scratches. They're not. They're actually part of the coin. Small die crack examples typically sell for $25 to $100. More dramatic cracks crossing major design elements often reach $150 to $600. Some highly visible examples command even stronger prices. The challenge is spotting them before someone else does. Now the trail gets more exciting. An off-center strike occurs when a blank isn't perfectly positioned during the minting process. The dies strike anyway. Part of the design appears normal. Part is completely missing. The result is impossible to ignore. Collectors love these because they're dramatic and easy to recognize. Small off-center examples often sell between $75 and $250. More dramatic examples showing 20% to 40% displacement frequently sell for $500 to $2,000. If the date remains visible, values often climb even higher. These are the kinds of discoveries that make treasure hunters' hearts race. This clue requires patience and sharp eyes. A double die is created during die manufacturing itself. Certain letters, numbers, or design details appear duplicated. Not blurry, not worn, actually doubled. Collectors carefully examine inscriptions and fine details, searching for these varieties. Minor double die examples often sell for $100 to $400. Stronger examples can command $800 to $3,000. The most dramatic varieties always attract attention because they're genuine mint-made errors rather than post-mint damage. Finding one feels like uncovering hidden treasure, because that's exactly what it is. Imagine a tiny piece of material accidentally landing on a coin blank. A thread, a grease deposit, a small fragment from the minting process. The dies strike the coin before the material can be removed. The blocked area fails to receive the full design. The result is known as a struck-through error. Every example is unique. No two tell exactly the same story. Smaller struck-through errors generally sell for $30 to $150. Larger and more dramatic examples frequently reach $200 to $1,000. Collectors love these because each one captures a split-second accident inside the mint. Not all treasure clues are subtle. Sometimes part of the die actually breaks away. When metal flows into the missing section, unusual raised features appear on the coin. Small defects are called die chips. Larger rim-related breaks become cuds. These odd-looking formations often attract collector attention. Small die chips usually sell between $20 and $100. Larger cuds often command $250 to $1,500, depending on size and location. The more dramatic the appearance, the stronger the collector demand. Now for one of the more unusual discoveries. During striking, a retaining collar normally keeps the coin's shape under control. When that collar fails, the coin expands outward. The finished piece appears wider than normal. This is called a broad strike. Collectors immediately recognize the unusual appearance. Broad strike, 2010. Sacagawea dollars often sell between $100 and $700. Particularly dramatic examples can exceed that range. Finding one in circulation would be a remarkable discovery. Up to this point, we've discussed errors. But errors alone don't create five-figure values. Condition plays a massive role. Imagine two identical off-center strikes. One spent years in circulation. The other remained untouched since leaving the mint. The second coin could be worth several times more. Professional grading services evaluate surface quality, luster, strike sharpness. Preservation grades, such as MS66, MS67, and MS68, can dramatically increase value. A coin worth $200 in circulated condition might sell for over $1,000 in exceptional mint state condition. The higher the grade, the fewer examples exist, and scarcity drives demand. So how does a 2010 Sacagawea dollar reach the neighborhood of $29,000? Not through luck alone. The coin typically needs an extraordinary combination of exceptional preservation, strong collector demand, professional certification, rare characteristics, possibly a major minting error or elite grade status. When those ingredients come together, prices can surprise even experienced collectors. Auction rooms become competitive. Bidding intensifies. Suddenly, an ordinary-looking dollar becomes a headline-worthy collectible. Those stories keep treasure hunters searching, because nobody knows where the next discovery will emerge. Right. Now somewhere, a valuable 2010 Sacagawea dollar is sitting unnoticed. It might be hidden in a forgotten bankroll. It might be resting inside an inherited collection. It might even be mixed with ordinary change, waiting for someone curious enough to examine it. Most people will never notice the clues. The die crack, the double detail, the off-center strike, the unusual surface, but one person will. One treasure hunter will spot what everyone else missed, and when that happens, a simple golden dollar could become the find of a lifetime. So before you ignore the next 2010 Sacagawea dollar you see, ask yourself one question. What if the coin everyone overlooks is the very treasure everyone is searching for?